Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, my beautiful hot messes. My name is Mistress Lavender, and welcome to my reading YouTube channel. If you're looking for my other YouTube, it's A Beautiful Hot Mess, AYE Beautiful Hot Mess, where it's regular content. But if you're on the right channel, welcome. We are reading the 48 Laws of Power. I'm on page 115 for Law 16, use absence to increase respect and honor. Before we begin, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and turn your post notifications on. Have a pencil to underline words we don't know, and let's begin. Judgment. Too much circulation makes the price go down. The more you are seen and heard from, the more common you appear. If you are already established in a group, temporarily withdraw from it will make you more talked about, even more admired. You must learn when to leave. Create value through scarcity. Transgression and observation of the law. Sir Guillaume de Boulogne was a troubadour who roamed the south of France in the Middle Ages, going from castle to castle, reciting poetry and playing the perfect knight. At the castle of Javik, he met and fell in love with the most beautiful lady of the house, Madame Guillaume de Javik. He sang her his songs, recited his poetry, played chess with her, and little by little she in turn fell in love with him. G had a friend, Sir Pierre de Baric, who traveled with him and who was also received at the castle. And Pierre too fell in love with the lady in Javik, the gracious but temperamental Vernetta. Then one day Pierre and Vernetta had a violent quarrel. The lady dismissed him, and he sought out his friend G to help heal the breach and get him back in her good graces. G was about to leave the castle for a while, but on his return several weeks later, he worked his magic, and Pierre and the lady were reconciled. Pierre felt that his love had increased tenfold, that there was no stronger love, in fact, than the love that follows reconciliation. The stronger and longer the disagreement, he told G, the sweeter the feeling that comes with peace and reapproachment. As a troubadour, Sir G prided himself on experiencing all the joys and sorrows of love. On hearing his friends talk, he too wanted to know the bliss of reconciliation after a quarrel. He therefore feigned great anger with Lady G, stopped sending her love letters, and abruptly left the castle and stayed away. Even during the festivals and hunts, this drove the young lady wild. G sent messages to G to find out what had happened, but he turned the messages away. He thought all of this would make her angry, forcing him to plead for reconciliation as Pierre had. Instead, however, his absence had the opposite effect. It made G love him all the more. Now the lady pursued her knight, sending messengers and love notes of her own. This was almost unheard of. A lady never pursued her troubadour, and Guillaume did not like it. G's forwardness made him feel she had lost some of her dignity. Not only was he no longer sure of his plan, he was no longer sure of his lady. Finally, after several months of not hearing from G gave up. She sent him no more messages, and he began to wonder, perhaps she was angry. Perhaps the plan has worked after all. So much the better if she was. He would wait no more. It was time to reconcile. So he put on his best robe, decked the horse in its fanciest comparison, chose a magnificent helmet, and rode off to Javik. On hearing that her beloved had returned, G rushed to see him, knelt before him, dropped her veil to kiss him, and begged forgiveness for whatever slight had caused his anger. Imagine his confusion and despair. His plan had failed abysmally. She was not angry. She had never been angry. She was only deeper in love, and he would never experience the joy of reconciliation after a quarrel. Seeing her now and still desperate to taste that joy, he decided to try one more time. He drove her away with harsh words and threatening gestures. She left, this time vowing never to see him again. The next morning, the troubadour regretted what he had done. He rode back to Javier, but the lady would not receive him and ordered her servants to chase him away. Across the drawbridge and over the hill, G fled back to his chamber and collapsed and started to cry. He had made a terrible mistake. Over the next year, unable to see his lady, he experienced the terrible absence that can only inflame love. He wrote one of his most beautiful poems. My song ascends for mercy, praying. My song ascends for mercy, praying. That's it. And he sent many letters to G, explaining what he had done and begging for forgiveness. After a great deal of this, Lady G, remembering his beautiful song, his handsome figure, and his skills in dancing and falconry, found herself yearning to have him back. As penance for his cruelty, she ordered him to remove the nail from the little finger on his right hand and to send it to her along with the poem describing his miseries. He did as she asked. Finally, G was able to taste the ultimate sensation, a reconciliation even surpassing that of his friend Pierre. I'm going to stop at interpretation. Next episode will be 117. Again, my name is Mistress Lavender. Thank you so much for joining my reading YouTube channel. If you want to know more about me and my link and my social media, go to my link in my description box. But go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe, and turn your notifications on. Bye.